Okay, so this is part 2 to a reading that I just finished. It will be linked down below if you haven't seen it already, but I feel like I needed a separate video to go into more practical steps. So the last video I posted was, what is the shift that this collective is going through? And now this video, which is the part 2, is what can the viewers of this video do to help facilitate that shift that's going on? So the shift is already happening, but sometimes just knowing doesn't feel like enough. Sometimes we want practical steps, and that's what this video is for. So the people who want the practical steps, let's get it. Let's find out what we can do. Because that last video also really resonated for me. Maybe that video was just straight up for me, and this is also just for me. Who knows? Who knows? Hopefully it's for you as well, because we're out here shifting and changing. So now we ask Spirit. Hello, Spirit. What can we do to help aid this shift that's going on? Because we don't want to fight it. We want to go with the shift. What can we do? Woof. That was a lot of cards. All right, let's see what's going on. First thing that popped out was this, which is like Knight of Pentacles energy. So I'm getting like, okay, let it be slow. That's the first practical step. Let it be slow. Which is so annoying to hear. I didn't want to hear that. And I'm sure you didn't either, because slowness is just, it's not what we're used to in this day and age, but we got to let it be slow. And I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, and what I noticed first is that she's looking both ways. So it's like you have options here and you're considering both options. So how is this grouped? This one's on this side. This one's here. This one's here. And this one goes here. Okay. And we have 2 5s again. Like in the last reading, we also had 2 5s. So you're looking at 2 different ways and you're going slow. You're processing this slowly in your mind. So on this side, which is kind of like the reverse side, because the reverse side of the Queen is looking at it, I have 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups, which is not amazing. It feels like that old energy. Like in the last reading, we also had 2 5s pop out. So it's like all this conflict and stuff. You're kind of still looking at it and processing it and thinking about it. But then also in upright, there is the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. And the 8 of Cups is like walking away. 10 of Swords is the end, right? So, okay. Your 2 options here are to kind of look at the end and just stew on it, process it in whatever way feels necessary for you. You can think about it. But then also, you also have the choice to walk forward, if that makes sense. I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory, though. You can either stew on the past or find a way to just move forward and recognize that all of this is ending. Like that last period is ending. Oh, okay. I needed that moment of silence. So what I'm hearing is right now, through this slow period where everything is kind of slow and you're just taking baby steps forward and the momentum is getting there, but it's just like, we're at the very beginning steps of the momentum. But during this slow period of time, you can reflect on who you were then and where you are now and what the difference is. I'm going to flip this. Oh, Queen. Another Queen. Queen of Cups. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, you can look at, okay, this was my last period of life. All these things went wrong. All these things didn't feel great. All of these things that I did, maybe there was mistakes made or something, like stuff that you can reflect on. But during that reflection, you can look at who you are now and acknowledge that stuff that ends. Like acknowledge maybe the mistakes that you made or the attitudes that you once had that no longer suit you. And you're like, okay, I see that. And I'm kind of done with it. And I like to use myself as an example here. One thing that I've noticed within my brain is sometimes when I'm chilling, relaxing, not really doing anything, not pushing forward, I'm just like in my Queen energy, right? In my receptive feminine energy, my brain will just literally be like, okay, you're a loser. You're a loser who is worth nothing. Like my brain will literally say that. And it's just a passing thought. I think it's something that was subconscious before, and I would just start feeling tense when I was relaxing and doing nothing and like not pushing myself forward and getting those goals done and all that. When I was doing that, I used to like just get very tense, and I really didn't know why I was getting tense. I'm like, okay, now's my time to relax. I can chill, be my feminine. But when I did that, I would just start getting tense. But now I can see what that was. Like my brain has brought it to my conscious brain rather than my subconscious. So I feel that tension, and I hear my brain literally say, "You're a loser. You are worth nothing." And then now, since I'm more of like looking forward and looking at the stuff that's ending, that thought still pops up, but I kind of look at it and I'm like, okay, it's kind of silly. Like, I don't know, I kind of laugh at it a little bit. It doesn't bother me in the way that it used to. It's like, it's something that used to make it very difficult for me to just relax. And I would just be sitting there relaxing, and then I feel like a loser. But now I'm sitting there relaxing and I don't feel like a loser, but my brain will still like throw out that thought, because you know our brain is on a constant thought loop, and the thought pattern is still there and I can see it. But I'm also acknowledging that it's ending, because once you're able to see a pattern, it's already on its way out. Like now that I've been able to see, okay, within my own thought patterns, my brain just throws out, "You're a loser, you're worth nothing." And that's something that happens like maybe once a day, honestly. Like that's a thought that I have once a day. But it doesn't bother me like it used to, because I know it's not true. And now I can just look at it in its face and be like, okay, anyways, and then get back to what I was doing. And my brain might say it again, but I just don't feed it. I'm like, okay, and like, I don't know. It's like, there's this one example that comes to mind. So let's say you don't have purple hair. The likelihood of you having purple hair is low, not zero. So if you do have purple hair, pretend like I'm saying green, but you don't have purple hair, right? And then someone comes up to you and is like, "That purple hair looks really ugly on you." Is that going to affect you? You might be a little confused because, like, I don't even have purple hair. What are you talking about? And it's that same kind of energy that I feel when someone comes up, well, not when someone, but like when my brain pops up and is like, "You're a loser, you're worth nothing." I don't believe it at all. It's like the same energy if my brain were to be like, "That purple hair is really ugly on you." It's like, okay, brain, literally, what are you talking about? My hair is not purple, and I am not a loser, and I'm not worth nothing. So it's like that. It's just a random thought, and I don't give it any power, because I genuinely don't believe that that is true anymore. And I think that's also what's going on with you, with whatever it is, or that's what Spirit is offering you as advice, is just take note of like whatever these fives were, like whatever that voice in your head is, that it might not be calling you a loser, it might be calling you something else, it might be calling you ugly. You're not ugly. You're just not. And it's just a thought that's on the brainstorm track or whatever. What are the words? I'm sorry. What I'm picturing in my head right now is the train of thought, is what I was thinking of. The train of thought has a passenger that it's fine if the passenger's there. We're not going to force it off of the train, but the passenger will just come through sometimes. You'll be like, "You're ugly." And then you can wave it goodbye. It's like, "See you next round." And then eventually that thought is just going to go away because it doesn't have the power over you that it once had. And it's going to get bored of being on the train, and it'll either change and be like, "Wow, you're beautiful," and it'll shift, or it'll just fade and leave, and then there'll be room for something new. And that's what's going on. That's your practical step, I guess, is just whenever you notice these things that you're like, "You know what? I don't really vibe with what that's saying anymore. Like, I don't feel that to be true," even though it's kind of on repeat, but it doesn't feel to be true. You can just look at it, and you don't have to try and push it away and be like, "Okay, that's done. It's dead. Get away from me." You can just look at it and be like, "Okay, anyways," and then get back to whatever it is that is your Queen of Cups. That is something that you love. Now, we're going into that Queen of Cups energy. What is this Queen of Cups? Something that this person loves. Okay, pull the card out. So your first practical step is just to acknowledge those nasty, ugly thoughts that might be on repeat. And then after you acknowledge it and you see it, look it in its face, and then just turn the other cheek towards is something that you love. What happens then? What's the practical step for them then? 4 of Cups. Okay. And a 2 of Cups. Okay, so it's like there's something you already know what it is. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Basic maths. But there's something in your life that you're like, I want to improve on this. I want to add this to my life more, and I have room for it now. And maybe I'm feeling, I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I'm feeling like it's something that you feel like you're not really good at. It's some kind of skill that you wish you were good at, but you're not that great at. So it's like, okay, that thought will come. You can acknowledge it and then look at this new thing that you're like, I want to be better at that. Just touch on that and baby steps with it. Boom. Boom. That's your wand. If you came from the last reading, that's that wand. That's that wand. That wand is poking you again. That one thing that you want to be better at, but you're not where you want to be with it. Once you acknowledge those past things, you can flick it off, or don't even flick it off. Like I said, just ignore it. You see it, and then it just goes by. It's like a little butterfly flying by. You don't go and chase the butterfly. Just let the butterfly do its butterfly thing, and then you get back to tending your garden. Maybe it is gardening. Maybe it's like, I want to grow a garden with plant your seeds. Or it could be little things like start watching garden videos on YouTube and take notes of like, okay, you know what? Next year, I want to start with an herb garden. Choose whichever herbs that you want to start with. Maybe if you have a little bit of money now, go ahead and buy a bag of soil. Or go ahead and buy some seeds. Right now is not a good time to plant things, I don't think, because it's kind of late in the season. I guess it depends on where you are. I'm rambling. Whatever it is, just like start doing little things, right? And the little things could even be just like watching content on it. It doesn't have to be like, let's say, okay, me as an example, once again, I really want to play the guitar. I don't have the money to buy a guitar right now, but sometimes I just go and watch like how-to guitar videos, and it's stuff that I can't actually put into practice right now because I don't have a guitar, but I'm getting information. Like I'm starting to know what I don't know. And knowing what you don't know is the first step of knowing. You know what I mean? So it's like just whatever that baby step is, it doesn't have to be like all the way. Like again, I don't have a guitar, so I can't just start shredding on the guitar. But I can watch a YouTube video of some guy explaining like the cage system, or like letting me know what each of the, what are they called? The string notes are and all that. Like I can just start brewing that knowledge within my brain, even though I don't have the guitar. And there's something, you know what it is. There's something in your life that you can just start doing stuff like that with. So that's your last practical step. And I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, let me know. I would love to know what this wand is. Let me know about your wand. Show me your wand, baby girl. And I will see you around. Subscribe if you like my readings. And yeah, goodbye. Love you.